Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. Excuse me. This is part 3 of a recent thrift haul that I did. And I hope, excuse me, I hope my voice hangs in there. I did want to get through this, so I'm taping multiple episodes today, just so that I can put all of this stuff away and or begin using it. What you see in front of you, I guess I should have cleaned up a little behind there too, or underneath there, is Giclée art print. It is, I don't know, probably about 24 inches wide. It is on canvas, and I paid a whopping 50 cents for it. So what my intention is, and to be honest, I have some of my own unframed canvases that I intend to do the same thing with, is to cut this down and have this form the basis of some journal covers. So this is obviously a lovely scene, and maybe this will be the impetus to finally do a fall journal. I can't remember maybe it was in the first thrift video that I said that I had never done a fall journal because we farm and I run a combine. So somebody in the comments said that was absolutely the best excuse ever, and hey, I'll take that. I was going to have an orange before I began this. I got this. It's very heavy. It appears to be a solid block of wood with two, I guess, plexiglass things on kind of like a stainless steel base. And it has these hex bolts that, obviously can be unscrewed with an Allen wrench. And this was from the place that sells stuff by the pound. Excuse me. So I said to the lady, would you weigh this first? Because I'm trying to decide if I should buy it. Because it is, And she said, what is it? I says, I don't know. She says, you don't know and you want to buy it? I says, well, I think it's a photo thing. Put a photo on this side, put a photo on this side. Of course, that's not what I would intend to do with it. Although, as I think about it, I probably should leave it intact until I really do have a plan. I just thought my impulse was get it, take it apart, because there's screw holes at the bottom too. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm thinking that is a very nice chunk of wood. I don't know, I don't need a cutting board or anything like that, but it just seems like it would be a nice pedestal to raise something up on, just for display purposes. Anyway, enough about that. So that was, I ended up buying it. There goes my orange. This is a remnant, 9 inches by 64 inches, cost 80 cents. It's some kind of a net kind of stuff, and it seems to me I have this in another color. My real intention here, although I suppose it could be treated like lace, my real intention there was to use it for mark making and texture when, excuse me, when I don't want to cut, I'd rather cut my thumb than to use it when doing a gel plate. Using a gel plate. So you can see that would be nice. It would also be nice for collage or, background paper, whatever. Or like I say, too, in place of traditional lace. 80 cents. I have things stacked all around me, so I should just reach for the top part first. I've gotten to the point where I no longer buy all of everything if I don't have to. But This is one of 6 napkins. They cost $1.50. They would make excellent journal covers in all kinds of sizes. The half size height is 7.5, and obviously it's 16 or so inches. So I got those. Don't have a plan yet, but I'm thinking that rose and green combination is one that is perennially popular no matter what is going on out there in terms of, fads or whatever. Look at this. This is obviously a child size. Well, I don't know what these things are called, but it's ethnic wear, and I hope that's not offensive, me saying it that way. I just don't know how else to describe it. This stuff is net. You can see that the cuffs are banded with this trim. Excuse me, the entire body of this garment, well, the front of it anyway, is covered in this kind of gold brocadey thing, and it's in good shape. Even this little sort of tooth-like trim is cute. Now, I of course am going to deconstruct this. I think that would be absolutely gorgeous in a boho journal or anywhere else that you want some flash. It's interesting. Someone obviously burnt this, melted it with an iron. How? Well, I guess I bought it, so clearly they were right in putting it on the shelf. But yeah, buyer beware. So I really think this is cute, and there's a center seam here. I intend to remove these 2 rows of stitching. This will open this entire thing up because you can see that there's, the finished edge of both trims, and that will keep that intact. So I was happy with that, and I do love purple. Okay, what else? I guess you should count yourself lucky that I'm not showing you the cheese slicer that I got or the vase. I did buy this thing, though, in an attempt to find a phone holder for my phone on this desk. Now, she's going to attempt to just like a man, she's going to attempt to install this without reading the instructions. This is, a little ledge. I don't know what this is. Anyway, I will... little feet, little cushiony things. I'm not going to do this in front of you, but you can see that I pretty well have it done. I just don't know what this part is for. Never a good idea when you have a spare part left over. I think this is going to solve my problem. The problem is that I guess that with the my phone is one of the bigger ones, because of course that's sort of what you need as you get older. Presumably it's offset enough, the design is offset enough that it can remain upright. Otherwise, oh, you know what? These guys do take returns. Let me fish that packaging out of the garbage, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, it'll go back for an exchange. Okay, what's next? I am in the process of putting together some playing card packages for my Etsy shop, and I thought this was quite cool in that this deck is heart-shaped and sort of has kind of, you know, very neutral kind of design. Maybe this was intended as a gift or something, you know, like a wedding favor or something like that, because that's sort of what that design makes me think of. $1, and we can see that somebody has counted the pieces and they're all there. So that's good. Plus, that'll be a cute little reusable container once it's empty. I thought this was really a nice set of cards as well. Yeah, and they say it's complete. This cost $1.50 with these birch trees. Because, again, I do have a tree journal on my to-do list, so that'll be good. These cost $4, and there are lots of them. They are coat room checks. And they're not as vintagey looking as the other ones I have, but they are pink and they are cute and they are numbered. So again, this is a nice thing that can be shared in the ephemera starter kit that I have in my Etsy shop. That I can certainly throw some of these in as well as kind of some extra items, because that's a lot. Keep going here. I bought this. The brand is 7 Gypsies. Well, it needs to be re-inked. When I tried this earlier, it worked. It's essentially one of those self-inking things, and it is an oval, like for a label. So I know from let's see if I can break this while you're watching. I know from other self-inking stamps, not craft brands, but office supply brands, is that there always is a way to re-ink. So I'm assuming that the same is true here. And yeah, so I'll pursue that. Can never have enough of these little clips. $1 for this bag. A lot of cute colors. This, I didn't open up. These are some miscellaneous stamps. Oh, it says Martha Stewart. Huh. Okay, well, what is it? What is it? What is it? That seems to be the same. Is this supposed to be a guide? I'm asking you guys like you could really tell me, or you could tell me in the comments. Is this a guide to ensure proper placement? Anyway, I like these kinds of stamps, so whether I figure this out, whether I use it is immaterial. I like the stamps. That cost $2. Oops. Another thing that cost $2 is this little dispenser. Now, I didn't really know what I was looking at. I kind of, because of course it was sealed in a bag, I assumed that this was washi tape, but it's not. This is paper. And somewhere near, I thought it was nearby. Don't tell me I put something away. I have other rolls of paper like this that I, just have been gluing on as borders. I wonder if these are stickers. Where's my handy dandy? Oh dear, I was looking, what I'm looking for is, oh here, is my little pokey thing. Sometimes, if I can't get in at the corner, I then just, make a hole. This looks like it's just paper. There's nothing there to separate. So this, you know, seems to be like a Scotch tape dispenser in that it's got some little cutting teeth there. So I think that's cool. And of course, as these rolls are completed, I can fill it with those other rolls that I have. And it just kind of, I think there are 5 different ones. It kind of just reminds a person to use it. Let's keep going. If you saw my 100-day project, one of my 100-day project videos, it might have been, could have been day 3, I think, where I turned a wallet into a journal cover, or 2 wallets into a journal cover. This is what I had in mind when I bought this. It's got some fairly rigid foam type filling. I did not pay $2, $2, and $2 for it. I paid $2 for it. So, kind of, you know, the fabric is okay, or I could cover it, I guess, if I wanted to. Fairly wide spines. This elastic could be the closure, would be the closure. I don't like these things on the corner, so I would probably very gingerly cut them off. Or I could tuck it on the inside. Maybe that's less annoying. Oh, couldn't do those two. Actually, I suppose these could hold something. It could almost be like a design feature. Anyway, I will be using this at some point and probably removing these corners. So that was, I thought, a good deal. That's how it goes, I guess. Onward. I picked up this. It says weekly timesheets. It's not old, but it is interesting. Staples brand. No idea what the age is on that. I picked this up for $2, and again, this was where I sort of did some mental math. Okay, how many are there in there? Are they very cute? So it says 12 buttons, $2. I guess I opted. I clearly thought it was worth it. And these are chipboard, and their buttons are little holes there to press out. This is cute. 50 cents for these. I should open and see what it says. Oh, inside is blank. Oh, but the top is cute. Advice from a dog. Be loyal. Delight in the simple joys of a long walk. Unleash your talents. Hide your favorite snack. Make new friends. Learn new tricks no matter your age. Always run to greet your loved ones. Well, my goodness, we can change that. That's not dog advice. That's good for all of us. Okay, and the inside message, delight in the simple joys of a long walk. That seems to be consistent right through. 3, 6, 7, 8 plus envelopes for 50 cents. As we like to say, cheap as borscht. Now, before I get to the books, this is a new package of 12 bubble wrap mailers, 6x9, $3. I don't, off the top of my head, know the Staples price, but it seemed like it's surely going to be higher than $3. So I grabbed that. This, I believe, is a spatter guard to use over your frying pan to avoid getting, goop everywhere. The reason I bought it is because I intend to cut it off around this frame and use this as a device, excuse me, for making designs when I'm coffee dyeing or tea dyeing paper. So that is my plan there. Which proves yet again that a person should always be thinking about things in a new way. I don't know what I paid for this. Oh, you know what? This was in that whole, from that place where you pay by weight. So it's just a matted picture of a fairy, flower fairy. Cute enough. Weighs next to nothing, so I'm sure it costs next to nothing. I won't really bother showing you. I mean, I guess I am showing you. I picked up some binders just because they're cute. They're rigid plastic and nice vibrant colors. If a person wanted to, so I've got black, blue, and red. If a person wanted to sort things and make or two blue, a red. What am I talking about? Two blue and a red. The black is the inside part. I also picked up all these envelopes. 10 by 13. At the place where you weigh things. So those lend themselves well for projects, of course. And I picked this up almost more for the box. It was $1. Almost more for the box than the contents. We've never had slides in our lives. Never did that when I was growing up or as an adult since. But I do have some slides that I've picked up, and I mean, it is one way to store them, I suppose. But again, I just wanted the box also because we know the storage boxes quite often are a ridiculous price. This could easily be covered with scrapbooking paper or tissue paper or napkins or whatever and become a really nice piece, almost decor-like piece in the office here. Let me get rid of some of this stuff because the last of these items, are the books. Crash, boom, bang. Okay. Maybe I'll just leave them where they are and bring them into view one by one. I thought this was really nice. It's National Capital Region Heritage. Oh, great big $5 on there. This is Canadian, so it's, do we have a date? So they're sketches of important properties around Ottawa, which of course is our national, well, sketches and photos around Ottawa, which is our national capital city. And I've been to Ottawa a couple of times, and I really like the place. So, again, kind of no way of knowing how old this is. But it's kind of nice that, again, they're they're all on the same side of the page or of the book. So that means they can easily be taken apart, removed, sewn, signature, and used in another book. So 5.5 by almost 7. So I thought that was nice. In the past, in previous book hauls, I've shown you sort of other titles in the Lone Pine Publishing House series. This paper is really quite nice and silky feeling. It's pretty darn close to being matte, I would say. And again, there are photos of plants that could be fussy cut if a person wanted, or, stacked and used as tags or in collage or whatever. And it seems as though many of us cannot walk past a flower book without grabbing it. And the other nice part about this, although it's neither here nor there, is that these are things that I have, some of these are things that I'm able to grow in my part of the world. So, you know, it becomes a little more meaningful in that way. So that was another score. I have never seen this one before. It says, plant this, best bets for year-round gorgeous gardens. Illustrations by Renee Eisenbart. The review, or the book jacket review here. How often do you learn something from a book and laugh at the same time? Plant this is kind of a horticultural hall of fame. This looks like it's been discarded from a library. So, look at this. Some text and some watercolor. Well, a watercolor illustration for each. I guess it's maybe a little glued in. I guess it's a bit of maybe unfortunate when it bleeds over 2 pages like that, because it's harder to, you know, a little more challenge in using it. But I can just see some of these things being absolutely gorgeous if a person's doing sort of an asymmetric layout and you just want it, you know, along the side of something, or you want it tucked into the corner. I'm going to have to be a little more careful than usual when ripping this apart because, you know, if I'm not careful, a lot of damage could occur to these. Oh, that's going to work like a hot damn. And the pages are such that, you know, they could even become little journaling pages, or I mean, journal pages. 7 3/4 by, I don't want to crease it, by about 3 inches, which would be nice. Fussy cutting is an option. Pretend this was, you know, decorating the top of a pocket. Making a belly band or a bookmark. What a score. Love it. They've got all the Latin names on there. Oh, and then down here are the common names. I know some Latin names, but again, see, that would be easy to fussy cut. Nice. I'm so pleased with this. Let's see if I can find a date for you. 2000. Cool. Put that on your list of must-haves. This is another one of those Victorian type albums. $2. I've shown you some ways of using them. There was also, not that long ago, Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah had done a couple of, well, maybe more than a couple videos on what she was doing when she took one of these books apart. So I think that they're gorgeous. You know, I'm sure most of us have one or more in our stash. You know that they are 2 thicknesses. I mean, substantial paper here. And the illustrations are second to none. This one, yeah, all of these books, oh my goodness, look at that. I love those rich colors. All of these books came from a store that sells them, you know, either $2 each or fill a basket or whatever for $10. Used to be $5, but hey, don't you know, inflation. Anyway, this one is called A Canadian Country Diary. And I thought, well, I'm Canadian. I live in the country. There's maybe something here I can identify with. Let's see if I can find you a date. 1990. Now, these are photographs. But they're not, it's not super glossy paper, so that's a good thing. And some of these things are clearly images that I would be familiar with because I've either seen these things on our own property or this is the Ontario provincial flower. That's a groundhog. I didn't realize that a woodchuck and a groundhog are the same thing. That's a face that only a mother could love. Cute rabbits. Nice. I was able to grow these in my garden. Now, unfortunately, during our renovations that I lost them, but yeah, beautiful. They're from the orchid family. That almost looks like a cartoon. Oh, there's a second guy there. They're cuddling. More bunnies. Oh, look, morning stretches. Squirrels may be cute, but they are a hazard. They're hazardous to... Would you believe that we had a squirrel chew through hoses on one of our combines, and it kept, the antifreeze kept leaking out until, of course, the problem was found. And we know that if an engine runs without antifreeze, it's no longer operable, and who needs a motor job? And these, of course, are diesel engines. Anyway, it was squirrels that were chewing through these things. And, you know, when you have 40 or 50 liters of oil lost at a time, plus the repair job and replacement hoses and the mechanic's, you know, house call kind of thing. Oh, isn't he cute? Yeah, squirrels aren't exactly on our A list. Let's just put it that way. Oh, not so cute. Anyway, keep going. I picked up two of the, well, one is lieutenant governors and one is premiers. And it covers the Northwest Territories in Alberta from 1876 to 1991. And the thing that is nice about these, well, okay, there's a coat of arms, are these photographs. This is the guy that a university in Edmonton is named after. It seems to me, okay, before he went into politics, he was an author. And, well, 100 years ago, I took a writing course from him. Now, some of these names are, of course, as we get into the older and older parts, you know, not even names that are really familiar to me, never mind that I've ever seen live and in color. So those are the lieutenant governors. This one is the premiers, and again, it, you know, that's like over 30 years ago that it stopped. So, but these are based on, the paper is shiny. These are based on the, oh, I was going to say on the portraits that hang in the legislature, but no, that's a photograph. Oh, this is based on a painting. Oh, that's his term in office, not his. I just about made a faux pas there. And of course, you're not going to find a woman among them, because it's only more recently that we've had female premiers. This is one of those dandelion books that are always printed, you know, 2 books in one. And look at those grubby little fingerprints. Whoops, let's not go too far. Not the cutest things ever. But maybe the verse is okay. Or all the white space. I don't know. It just seems like I don't usually leave these guys behind. This was the side I saw initially, which of course is Aesop's Fables. And a very, you know, probably condensed version. Probably wouldn't hurt most of us to reread this. And this is my second copy of this book, and this one is equally as mint as my own original copy bought in the 70s. I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on this one other than just say that almost without exception, Reader's Digest books are the cat's meow. This is landscape format, so again, the possibility of turning any of these pages into a folio page would work. And I'll just give you a little teeny tiny hint. Oh, I was going to give you a hint, but maybe it's pointless because I don't know when this video will be airing. In my episode, I'll just say that in my episode 3 of What's in My Bookshelf series, I go through all my sewing books and I do a little more thorough flip through of this one. 2 more to go. Gorgeous cover. The Floral Decorator by Kenneth Turner. These, you know, again, these images, they're big. It's a big book. Nearly, so 11.5 by 9, almost 9. These things, I've said it 100 times, can be good for envelopes. They could also be good, you know, that could be fussy cut. This, they could be used in art journals. So, again, depending on your taste, you know, maybe this isn't necessarily the book you want, but certainly give these kinds of books a chance, because the possibilities are endless. Look, if a person was doing a wedding book, there are, you know, a lot of good images right there. Lovely. You can almost smell those hyacinths. Nice. And one last book, and we will finish up with this one, A Gardener's Guide. compiled by David Squire. Kind of an olive green, kind of dirty. Olive green linen cover. 1991. Printed in Italy. God, that's quite the green, isn't it? So a combination of photographs and line drawings. I guess they're probably all in this light yellow. So I guess you have to like that. But again, photos of different sizes and shapes so that a person can, you know, it gives you more possibilities if you're choosing to add these photos, excuse me, to, you know, whether to a journaling card or a little tag or, you know, make a pocket or a tuck or something out of it. In many ways, I prefer the illustrations to the photographs, but when you need a splash of color, you need a splash of color. Okay, my lovelies, this does it for today, and this, I think, I hope I don't find anything more kicking around here. This concludes part 3 of a recent thrift haul, and I certainly have a lot of material, resource material and supplies, and frankly now I just need some time to make some of these things happen. So I hope you are well. I hope you're having some quality crafting time. I will say it again. I hope that, you know, you choose to start a 100-day project. It can be of your own, you know, obviously your own choice as to what you do. You know, I think some people choose altered playing cards or altered envelopes or write a haiku or solve a, you know, like anything under the sun qualifies for a project. So in the craft realm, of course, there's no shortage of possibilities, and I think that there's definitely, the value is going to be, number one, I guess, in the finished products that one creates, whether it's just sketch every day or and equally important is the discipline that it takes to stick with something and do it over and over and over again and increase one's expertise and skill level. I am going to stop there. Thank you for joining me. I hope you choose to subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, please give me a thumbs up. Make a comment, ask a question, tell your friends and neighbors, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.